Hi, this is Rick, K6VVA, the Locust, and it is party time because I've got something that's smoking hot. It's called Iota Credit by Oqrs and PayPal. This video is also the official proposal for the RSGB and RSGB Iota program.
In my recent K6VVA Iota survey, the cry from respondents for electronic Iota credit processing was heard loud and clear. As shown in Table 32 of the results summary, 57.4% of Iota participants indicated the cost of obtaining QSLs for Iota credit, associated delays in getting QSL cards, and postal theft to be the combined most important issues with the Iota program. 45.9% of all comments specifically referenced the term LOTW as a solution to Iota credit problems using QSLs. LOTW represented some form of electronic Iota credit processing for the non-participants to become actively involved in seeking Iota awards. In the past months, I've spent well over 100 hours and paid hundreds of dollars in computer programming consultant cost to supplement my own programming skills in seeking a simple solution for electronic Iota credit processing, where there would be no uploading of any logs for it to work by either Iota chasers or Iota activators. No major changes to the current Iota system that would have an extremely low cost of implementation, and modifications can easily be made. That also provides the capability for simple integration with Oqrs websites, with encrypted and secure data sent to the Iota headquarters directly from the Oqrs processing after verification is received from PayPal. And that's exactly what I came up with. It simply takes this RSGB Iota website form we all know and love, but does the same task automatically and electronically integrated with an Oqrs and PayPal process. But will my proposed system completely do away with the online manual entry form and sending QSL cards for Iota credit to our favorite Iota checkpoints? Absolutely no, and here's why. Not every activator will go electronic. We will still need Iota checkpoints to handle some traditional QSL card submissions for Iota credit. But for many who have pleaded for some type of electronic Iota credit processing to reduce the cost for Iota credits, then my Iota Credit by Oqrs and PayPal system solves the problem. And it's real. Most stories have a beginning, a middle, and an ending, with some plot twists along the way. This Iota Credit by Oqrs and PayPal story begins with Oqrs, has PayPal sandwiched in the middle, and with the end being Iota credit automatically inserted into the Iota headquarters database. Diligent thought and the resolution of any electronic plot twist, also known as Murphy strikes, that might occur along this journey have been included. So jump in and let's take a test drive of Iota credit by Oqrs and PayPal. To save time in demonstrating, especially since I'm on a low bandwidth rural wireless connection, I'll use screen captures taken during my actual real-time processing. This is the user record format for Iota credits via download from the main Iota website. I'll remove the commas for easier reading. For local development purposes, I've already created a working simulator of a user record table in the Iota headquarters system database, which is similar to the data format just viewed. Other data is stored in various cross-reference tables on the Iota headquarters computer system, so no island name displays in this view. And for simplicity, this will be the first submission for Iota credit by the user. As you can see, there are only the column headings with no data records. This will automatically change in just a few moments as we proceed, and how the actual Iota credit by Oqrs and PayPal system will work when implemented. So here we go. I've also simplified the Oqrs part of this demo to just a final checkout step. This shows the QSO validated between K6VVA Portable KL7, Iota NA050, with G3KMA on 8 August 2014 at 1833 UTC on 20 meters CW. The PayPal payment option was already selected. Clicking the Go to PayPal button takes us directly to the PayPal login page. I've redacted my K6VVA buyer and seller addresses used in the PayPal sandbox testing environment, along with the login email address and password. If we look more closely at the details on the left-hand side, the data has been auto-formatted before sending to PayPal as what could appear on a QSL card label, and completely adequate for receiving Iota credit. In this demo example, we also see that since our test Iota chaser G3KMA did not have to incur two-way postage costs for a direct QSL, he kindly included a $5 donation to help with the NA050 expedition expenses. Thanks, Roger. Based on discussions with fellow Iota expeditioners, having the ability to receive donations to help with expedition expenses during any electronic Iota credit processing was deemed very critical to the future of Iota expeditioning. Let's log into PayPal and simply click the Pay Now button on the next page. We see that the order was processed, which included a very low 10-cent charge for the electronic Iota credit. Now let's click on the Print Receipt text link and examine the receipt on screen. The PayPal transaction number will be used in all tracking purposes. At this point, what we can see here should be an acceptable alternative for a QSL card, which could be sent to an Iota checkpoint for Iota credit. All the required details are included in the receipt description. K6VVA Portable KL7 confirming two-way QSO with G3KMA, August 8, 2014, 1833 UTC, 20-meter CW, Iota NA050, Barter Island. Here's my take on things. If Iota activators are trusted to print QSO data labels and put them on QSL cards that end up at Iota checkpoints to approve Iota credit, why should this official receipt be any different? Actually, a copy could be automatically emailed to the checkpoint and save postage. But that is still retro-inefficient, and why full electronic Iota credit processing is the efficient route to take here in the 21st century. So now let's return to the Iota headquarters database simulator. Well, look at this. The QSO record has automatically been added to the database, with the method indicated as Oqrs PayPal and the status as accepted, with the date and time of submission. Bada bing, bada boom. But wait, there's more. The encrypted data transmitted from the Oqrs system to the Iota headquarters database actually included the Iota Island name, activator X code, and the PayPal transaction number as showing in a separate table. Roger did not have to manually fill out this form or go through the hassles of getting a direct or via the Bureau QSL card in order to get credit for Iota NA050. It was as easy as 1, 2, 3, using my proposed Iota credit by Oqrs and PayPal system to securely insert data directly into the Iota headquarters database. Now, some Iota chasers may ask, what if my PayPal payment is accepted, but I don't end up with credit in the main Iota headquarters database? That's a good question, and I have a good answer. As part of the design process, a plan was developed to deal with any Murphy strikes and electronic plot twists that might occur. The Oqrs system will use a simple error log for any e-plot twists that might possibly occur. Only transactions that have an error in at least one of 3 areas will show up in the error log. In this demo example, let's see what could have happened in the G3KMA test NA050 Iota credit by Oqrs and PayPal processing. We see that the PayPal transaction was indeed verified and that automatic login and authentication with the Iota headquarters system passed. But for some reason, submission of QSO details to the Iota headquarters database user record table failed and indicated with the date and time. In addition to the automatic return of this error data for automatic insertion into the Oqrs system error log, the Oqrs owner-operator can also be automatically sent an email with details of the error to be resolved. The Oqrs owner-operator simply needs to check the X box and push the Resubmit to Iota headquarters database for credit button. The QSO details and island name are linked to the PayPal transaction number and automatically resubmitted to the Iota headquarters database for Iota credit. In this example, the entry has successfully been made with the method as Oqrs PayPal and status as accepted. The chances of a repeat error are slim to none, but should this occur, another entry would reappear in the error log again for action to be taken. Bada bing, bada boom. For this electronic credit by Oqrs and PayPal, had Roger wanted to download a K6VVA Portable KL7 Iota NA050 front of QSL image to print onto quality photo stock for his collection, this is easily handled on the actual Oqrs order page. As you can see, when selecting the Oqrs and PayPal Direct Credit option, there is also a checkbox to email download link for front of QSL photo, along with an optional donation field. Remember, all the needed QSO details are also included in the direct transmission to PayPal, along with any donation details for processing. We could use pending status instead of accepted, and Iota checkpoints can retain control for approval of Iota awards as they currently do. Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal is an alternative to any future LOTW system arrangements which the RSGB may work out with the ARRL. But it is much more user-friendly for Iota activators because there is no need for multiple LOTW-type certificates, as is the case with Logbook of the World. It only requires one X code for security in the Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal process. Since there are many less Iota activators compared to the number of Iota chasers, and no log uploading to an Iota headquarters system needed by anyone, that's what makes this Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal system so desirable, efficient, and does not add any significant additional burden onto the existing Iota headquarters computer system. An OQRS Iota activator, including any resident Iota island operators, would make a one-time registration application for the special encrypted PHP computer module, which would be automatically generated, and an email download link also automatically emailed to retrieve the file for integration into their OQRS system. This encrypted module would be good for any multiple Iota activations, regardless of different expedition call signs, different Iota designators, or different islands involved. These would all be linked directly to the primary registrant using the unique X code, which is embedded into the special encrypted module and known only to Iota headquarters in the master users table file. Each such integration would involve automated beta test procedures before live use is permitted, and these can be monitored by the Iota checkpoints on a rotational basis. Clublog has many separate OQRS users, and each user would have their own encrypted module with the primary user's call sign included as a part of the file name for simplicity of integration. In anticipation of the RSGB and Iota headquarters concerns, part of my system design includes an Iota headquarters master panic button with several options to block automatic submissions to the Iota headquarters system. In the event of unlikely problems with a particular OQRS user, a domain hosting multiple OQRS users, or if a temporary global block of all users is desired for whatever reason, the Iota headquarters officials are always in complete control. A variation of this can also be used to give all OQRS owner-operators advance notice of any upcoming Iota headquarters system maintenance schedule where the database system might be offline for a period of time in order to avoid unnecessary rejections back to the OQRS error logs. I've also formatted a vigorous beta testing schema that will have no impact to either the operational integrity of the Iota program database nor to the RSGB Iota website when the final implementation of Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal occurs. Fictitious island group and Iota island designators will be only accessible for use by the consultant and beta testers. Here's a flowchart summary of the Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal system. The complete details of a validated QSO and any donation are sent to PayPal for processing. If the transaction data returns from PayPal as verified, the local OQRS is updated before sending to Iota headquarters. If a PayPal error occurs instead, then an entry is automatically made into the OQRS error log for action and resolution. When there is a verified PayPal transaction, the special OQRS add-on module then sends data to the Iota headquarters system. If everything flows normally, confirmation is returned via another small module for updating the local OQRS database. However, if the automated login and authentication to the Iota headquarters system does not occur, then an error message is returned to the OQRS and an automatic entry made in the OQRS error log indicating the problem to be resolved. An automatic email alert can also be sent to the OQRS owner-operator about the error. If the OQRS to Iota headquarters connection passes the login and authentication step, but for any reason no Iota credit record insertion to the database takes place, then a similar error message is returned to the OQRS and an automatic entry made into the OQRS error log indicating the problem to be resolved. As in the previous case, an email alert can also be automatically sent to the OQRS owner-operator about the error. There could also be a threshold level set for perhaps 2 or 3 automatic reattempts to resolve any temporary error glitches before writing anything to the OQRS error log. This procedure needs evaluation during Phase 1 and Phase 2 beta testing. When the transmission of data from the OQRS passes both the automated login and authentication at Iota headquarters, and the Iota credit database record insertion is made, then confirmation is returned to the OQRS module for updating local OQRS records, and the Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal process is complete. Is this cool or what? This is not magic. It is not rocket science, and not a roll of the dice in Las Vegas. It is simple, secure, and satisfies the demand and need for electronic Iota credit processing. Since there is no LOTW type need for upwards of 30 band slot matches that require logs from both Iota activators and Iota chasers to be uploaded, that's the simple beauty. Oh, whoops, wrong photo. There, that's better. Much better. The simple beauty of the Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal system. The Iota headquarters computer system works using a MySQL database with PHP and JavaScript code languages. The demo you just watched and my consultant and I used a MySQL database, PHP, and JavaScript languages to facilitate a compatible integration of our code with the Iota headquarters system. Most OQRS systems also use a MySQL database, PHP, and JavaScript languages, which means easy compatibility for those integrations. Here's the plan. First, we need to obtain a copy of the Iota headquarters database table schema and all PHP and JavaScript files used for processing data, not the user records. It is unknown and highly unlikely that all of the Iota headquarters computer coding is thoroughly documented. If not, this is where much of the costs involved will add up. The consultant will need to spend as long as it takes to scour the PHP and JavaScript file code to determine integration of the Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal code already completed thus far. Then, set up a cloned version of the Iota headquarters system on a separate server for the Phase 1 beta testing. He will then integrate our working code into the Phase 1 beta test system and complete the necessary additional coding. We will perform vigorous Phase 1 beta testing and make any modifications as may be deemed appropriate. Code migration for Phase 2 beta testing on the Iota headquarters system only occurs after passing all Phase 1 beta tests. Then we perform vigorous Phase 2 beta testing with the unique Iota designators on the Iota headquarters system and evaluate. The final live operation on the Iota headquarters system will only occur after successful Phase 2 beta testing. By the way, the special encrypted PHP OQRS activator modules can be controlled by Iota headquarters or the checkpoints to allow only beta test or live operation. I've worked with my consultant programmer for almost 3 years now, including his extraordinary work on an Iota-specific PHP, JavaScript, and AJAX program I designed that has been working flawlessly now for more than 2 years and has helped me to rapidly move from less than 500 Iotas work to over 800. He now has more than a passing knowledge about Iota, and I believe is the person to do the programming and implementation of this system. He has agreed to a very reasonable rate for completion of the Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal project. A copy of my consultant's CV, his resume, has already been forwarded to the RSGB Iota manager. He has significant programming skills. The big questions are whether or not the RSGB has the monies available, and if so, are they willing to fund what it will take to implement this Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal system. More than likely, it will take members of the Iota community to make this happen. Those who have wanted some form of electronic Iota credit processing need to now step up to the commitment plate. If you would like to see this Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal system implemented, please call, email, or write to the RSGB. Here is the contact information URL. Reference Iota credit by OQRS and PayPal. And let's do this. I've set up a special fundraising webpage for this project at www.k6vva.com/Iota credit. That's www.k6vva.com/Iota credit, which at this time is only for advanced donation pledges. No donations, only pledges to make a donation if the RSGB approves the project and we can move forward. I will continue to donate my time to oversee the project. Not knowing if the existing Iota headquarters programming code is thoroughly documented or not, the best guesstimate in cost is a maximum of $3,000 US, less than half the cost of an ACOM 2000 or Alpha 9500 amplifier. Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal can save Iota chasers tens of thousands of dollars each year in unnecessary postage costs for obtaining QSL cards and sending them to the Iota checkpoints. If the proposed project is indeed accepted, and if sufficient donations have been received to pay for all the programming and related costs, once the bills are paid, any remaining funds will then go to dxworld.net specifically to be used for Iota expedition funding. A complete accounting summary will be published when the project concludes. Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal can be a working reality and an alternative, viable supplement to LOTW with any future arrangement the RSGB may make with the ARRL.
Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for your participation with an advanced donation pledge to hopefully convert this Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal system into a reality for the Iota program. Let's do this.
These are the smiling faces of Iota chasers when they have Iota Credit by OQRS and PayPal to greatly cut the cost for getting any Iota awards. Let's do this!